Hi, and welcome to the weekly general love reading for Friday, March 22nd, 2019. Now, I post these every week. They are timeless though, so you can watch this whenever you like. It's going to apply to the next 7 days, okay? The reason that I post these every week is for those viewers who watch them every week. All right, so we're going to be looking at the relationship dynamics and some common themes and things like that throughout the next week in your love life with this particular reading. But before I begin, I want to say thank you to a viewer named Sandra who sent me the Butterfly Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I've been working with these in the past week, just a little bit though. I haven't gotten to really get into them yet, but I'm really excited about them and I look forward to using them on the channel. If you would like to donate to the channel, that is in the description, okay? And she was able to get that from the channel's wish list. That's stuff that we're gonna buy anyway, so that's a place to look if if you want to. I'm not trying to push it or anything. That said, let's go ahead and name the piles. Pile number 1 is the black Obsidian heart. Pile number 2 is the white Opalite heart. Pile number 3 is the blue Lapis Lazuli heart. Pile number 4 is the pink Rose Quartz heart. And pile number 5 is the purple Fluorite heart. And pile number 6 is the gray-red Bloodstone heart. All right, so while you guys are picking your pile, I'm just going to talk about that description one more time. If you need to get a hold of me for whatever reason, my contact information is in there. Also, these are general readings, obviously. If you would like a private reading with me, that's also in the description there, okay? So basically, everything you need to know about me is going to be in the description, including timestamps, okay? Alrighty, so that said, let's go ahead and get started with the reading. For those of you who haven't picked yet, go ahead and pause the video to make your selection. And for everybody else, we're going to start with number 1, the black Obsidian heart. Alrighty. Hi, those of you who picked the black heart. Here's what we have for you. We have the birds and, oh, okay, it's supposed to be, no, it's the birds and the moon. Okay, the moon, then the birds. Sorry, the order is important, okay? So we've got that. For your tarot, we have the world. We have the 10 of Wands. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here for a little bit because we also have temperance. Okay, and then for your block, we have grief. Okay, and for your for your growth, you have regret. Okay, so let's talk about these later. I want to go ahead and first address the tarot cards. Okay, so this is going to be probably a pretty big week for you, and I'm saying that because we have 2 major arcana cards. Whenever I see multiple major arcana cards, it's usually a bigger week, okay? So we've got the world, so it's like you're going to get to a point where it's like you feel like you have everything, or at least you feel like you're getting everything under control, okay? Things are going to be feeling balanced. You're going to be able to manage your time very well. You're going to be able to manage your emotions, your mind. Everything's going to be feeling pretty clear, okay? Why is this important in your relationship? It's because this is within that love relationship, okay? I think that this balance here really is going to be an important aspect because it feels like those of you who picked this group, at least a lot of you, have probably been through some turbulence lately, so this calm will be nice. There's still something that, this is for you, the viewer, there's something that you're still holding on to that you need to put down. It feels like it's maybe, if I had to guess based on the energy, because this is going to be different for each one of you guys. I would say that for most of you, it's probably some kind of fight that's turned into just bickering that just kind of needs to be released. It's like, is it really that important? That kind of thing. And that's where I'm getting. Or for those of you who are not in a relationship but you're interested in somebody and all of that, this burden is like keeping you from being available. It's like, and I feel like it's like you're worried about something about yourself, like some intrinsic idea about yourself, like for example, I'm not pretty enough. Okay, that's a pretty common one. And that is that needs to be let go of, because you are pretty enough for the person who wants to be with you. You're beautiful for the person who wants to be with you. Okay. So another thing is, like, the person that you're with is gonna recognize you for like doing a good job. Like you're gonna be doing something really good. Notice it's the moon, and we did have the full moon last week. I do want to mention that. Although but this is also about timing. Okay, so the timing is going to be right for those of you who are watching it. The timing is going to be right this week. Okay, no matter what week you've watched it in. Okay. But mostly this is going to be about recognition. Your partner's going to recognize you for something. Like, you did something very good and they liked it. They really, really liked it. And whatever it is you did, people are going to be talking about it later, or people are talking about it right now. It feels like there's a little bit of a delay there, but people are going to be talking about it. But it's like, it's a positive thing. It's not the rumors that I usually get when I get the birds. So let me just kind of go over this before I get to the blocks and the strengths, okay? So this week, things are going to be balanced. You're going to feel like you're on top of things. There's something you still need to let go of. It's like some kind of internal battle. Let's put it that way. Now, not everybody's going to feel it the same way, and I gave some examples, but this is just going to be unique to each viewer, okay? So right now, your biggest block is grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. If there has been any kind of loss in your life, it's absolutely appropriate to grieve that loss, okay? It's absolutely appropriate to, it's absolutely appropriate to take what time you need to in order to push through some feelings, to get through it so that you can process them. That's not the block. The block isn't that there is grief. The block is there's a focus on something that's missing or something that's not there in this relationship right now. And it's like, that's the block. So try to focus on what is there. Focus on what is there, and once you have all of that like lined up and you've got the strengths really good, then go back to what's not there and then start trying to work on that. Because I feel like the strengths still need to be worked on. So here's your strength this week is regret, and I know that might seem like a really strange, like, how is that but it's knowing that you cannot change the past. Okay, like when people regret things, it's like they'll play things over and over and over again in their head, and they'll of course people know that they can't change the past. Most people know that, right? But it's like for this particular group, it's like knowing that you can't, like accepting that you can't change the past, but you can change the future is how you guys move forward, okay? So that's a really big strength right here. Given that you've got some kind of burden here, this might be connected, okay? This might be the thing that you can't change, so you just really need to let it go, because, you can't change that. You can just move forward. You can just move forward with what you have. All right, guys? Looks like a pretty good week, though. All right, those of you who picked pile number 2, the white opalite heart, here is your reading. Okay. We have the 2 paths and the clouds, okay? We have the magician. We have the 4 of pentacles, the queen of wands. Right now your block is trust, and your strength is doubt. That might sound a little bit weird, but we'll get to that. I'm going to go ahead and put those over here to the side while we focus on the tarot. So the magician is trying to manifest something. We're trying to bring something down to the world. I really feel like you're doing a really good job with that. Just know that it's not going to be the way that, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, okay? Also know that if you are clinging too hard to what you want to manifest, then it's going to block it. You have, when you're manifesting something, when you're trying to bring something about, you have to act like you've already got it. You've got to feel like you've got it. You've got to visualize that you've got it. You've got to really see yourself in that position. You've got to, hear what would it sound like, and you've got to get into that mental frame. What would you be thinking if you had that, and all of that kind of stuff. That is what helps, but clinging to the material world like this is, is going to prevent, is going to prevent anything creative from happening. If I let go of the material world and let it just sit there, then the crystal can do its healing and whatever it wants to do. Just to have a metaphor there. Now, this also might have to do with a person, because I think some of you guys, it's going to apply in a different way. This might have to do with like a very possessive person or somebody who's very jealous. I can't believe I'm being led to say this because it's kind of weird, but like for some of you guys, try to consider what your behavior was that caused this person to feel this way, because this person's feeling insecure because of a behavior, and that behavior needs to be kind of like looked at a little bit. Just, not that you're doing anything wrong, but just that, I mean, unless you are. But I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying that there's some behavior that needs to change for those of you that are in a situation with a lot of jealousy there, okay? We have the Queen of Wands. She's my favorite court card. So here you've got somebody who's impassioned in their creative energy with the Magician. You've got somebody who's happy. You've got somebody who is very caring, very connected to the natural world. Basically for not being an Earth, like associated with Earth as much. Really step into your power, because you have a lot right now. And when I say power, I just mean you have a lot of willpower that you can make happen, okay? So, looks like there's going to be a choice in your love life, or that a choice is coming, okay? Because I don't feel like you're going to I don't feel like every one of you guys are going to be making it this week. I always dislike, saying any kind of negative news, but it looks like you're going to be really confused about that, and the choice is not going to be made this week. For some of you, the choice might be made for you. But this week it's not going to, and it's going to be a stressful thing. I would say in this situation, what you can do here is try to think about it when you're in some kind of environment that's really controlled, like your room, and nobody's going to come in, or you turn off all of your electronics, whatever you need to do in order to really focus on the situation. You might want to kind of clear your head and then like journal or something like that. It's just the clouds stand for confusion, brain fog. It can stand for a little bit of depression, feeling down, and that kind of thing. I feel like it's just the confusion about the decision though, okay? So, you've got some trust issues here. At least that's what's coming out. I feel like the trust issues are much more about your own intuition than they are about anything else, though, right now. So, trust your intuition, okay? If it feels fearful, okay, and understand that you can react to intuition in a fearful way. But if the intuition itself, if the dawning of the information, however it comes to you, feels fearful, it's not your intuition. If it feels gentle, if it feels smooth, if it's like, yeah, that's true, then that is your intuition. Think about some concept that's very, very simple and how you know it's true. Like, I know that 1 + 1 is 2. Like, I know that's true. I mean, it's true. That's just true. I can say it to myself over and over again. Take something like that, some kind of little fact, something that's just so true that, like, you can't remember a time when it wasn't true. Like, you've always known it. and just say it out loud a few times, and then start saying out loud some of your intuitions that you think might not be true, or maybe they are, and that will help you hone into what's true and what's not, you know? All right. And then we've got, for your strength, is doubt. Okay. So I think that one thing that could really help with this is, it's like, not all answers can be known, obviously, right? But I mean, it's like, you guys who pick this pile are really good at sitting with the unknown, or sitting with a situation that's up in the air, and being able to see that potential and just kind of analyze it like that. Use that to your advantage, because you know that there, I mean, use it to your advantage that you know that you don't know the outcome, okay? Because whenever a person starts attaching to that outcome and believes that there's a very specific outcome for something, that's basically the surest way to make that outcome not happen. You know what I mean? So it's like, be aware that things can manifest a little bit differently than maybe you want them to, or you're trying to make them manifest. For example, maybe I might want to manifest $10,000, but oops, I accidentally manifested $100,000 instead. Oh well, you know? It's like if I close myself off and I'm like, I need that $10,000, so I'm gonna just be focusing on 10,000 and that's it, then I close off the possibility that I could get 100,000, right? That's a very that's a very simple example, okay? But yeah, I mean, apply that to anything that you don't really know the answer to. But I mean, it looks like your relationship, it's like you're gonna be doing some really good stuff according to this part. There's going to be some kind of weird decision that you're going to need to make. It might be between two people too. I do want to mention that. Trust your own intuition, and know that the answer isn't in stone, okay? Things can change. All right, hi, those of you who picked the blue Lapis Lazuli, your Lenormand is the ship in the coffin. You've got the star, you've got the 3 of Pentacles, and you've got Justice. I'm going to put these next to each other because they are both major arcana. Your your block is denial, and your strength is balance. Okay, so this looks like a pretty straightforward reading here. So I feel like the people who are watching this reading are longing for an end to something, okay, in their romantic relationship, in their life, okay? So it could be an end to not having somebody. It could be an end to maybe no communication. It could be an end for this relationship, or it could be even an end for however that internal state is, for that to change, okay? It's gonna take a while, okay? It's been a while, okay? But there's that longing for the end. For some of you, you're gonna be able to get to that end this week, okay? We have this idea that I feel like this is for you, okay, the viewer, not your person, or not anybody that you're thinking about. For you, your person's going to recognize you. For those of you who don't have a person and are single, somebody's going to be giving you some recognition. By recognition, it's like, gosh, you did a really good job at that, or saying something that talks about you as a person, not you as an object. So it's not going to be like, hey, you've got really nice jeans on. I don't know what people say. I feel so lame. Okay, it's not going to be like that. It's not like objectifying. I mean, they're recognizing you, like a quality inside of you, something that you do. That person is important, okay? That person's a good person for you, okay? We have the star, so you're going to be having hope and direction here. That's good, given that, with the ship, you know, at least you're going in the right direction with the ship, you know, because there's that movement, that slow movement, that longing, you know. This could be a long distance relationship. I get that with the ship often. And then with justice, it's like you want to know the truth. I feel like, I really feel like there's a story here, you know. I mean, I can apply my own interpretation of that story, but I'm being told that everybody has their story that's watching this, and you know, not everybody's story is going to be the same. But it's like, okay, so I see that this week you're going to be trying to find some truth. You're going to have direction. You're going to feel like you know what's going to happen, and you're going to feel like, you know, this is what's supposed to happen. Somebody's going to be giving you, like, recognizing you for who you are, okay? It's probably your person. In fact, I mean, this is going to be a person that's either a new person for you that would be a good match, or it's going to be the person that you're thinking about. And we have, like, a longing for an ending, and some of you will get that ending, okay? So we have for the block denial, okay? So whenever we have denial, we have a person who is ignoring something about a situation, or somebody who, to face reality is so painful that they're pushing part of it away because they just can't stand to think about it. They can't stand to look at it, right? In order to overcome denial, you don't necessarily have to bring up all that stuff that you don't want to look at. Just become more aware in general, okay? The more aware you are, then the less in denial you are, and you'll just bring that vibration up. And then if there is something that you've been pushing down that needs to be brought up, it'll come up naturally, and then you'll be aware of it, okay? That's the kind of energy I'm getting from this. And then from your strength, we've got balance, you know, bringing harmony into your world and doing so without judgment. I would imagine that you guys are really, really good listeners. I really feel like this applies to your person. For those of you who are thinking about somebody, if they've done something that you're not too happy with, you know, this is kind of counseling you to, you know, try to be fair, try not to judge too quickly, because they might have a really good explanation, you know, that kind of thing, okay? Alrighty, so that's the way your week's going to be looking this week. Okay, those of you who picked the pink rose quartz heart, here is your reading. We've got the bear and we've got the cross. Okay, we've got the 2 of wands, the 5 of wands, and the 2 of pentacles. Okay, your block right now is perseverance, and your strength is loneliness. That's a very interesting block and strength. Okay. First off, if you're thinking about going somewhere, you know, when it comes to your love life, you know, if you're thinking about going somewhere or going out, maybe something like that, go ahead and do that, or at least try to. That's a good move. You guys are going to be really, really playful this week. There might be some bickering, but I'm not getting an all-out fight or anything like that, but like very playful energy. And also, you know, also there's going to be some emotional turbulence inside of yourself. It's weird. It's like, even though things feel good, you're still going to be feeling like there's something off, okay? We've got the 2 of wands. He's got the world. This is a traveling card. And we've got, you know, the ships in the background, the water. You guys might be in a long distance relationship. These are my 2 long distance relationships cards, along with the ship and along with the world. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that. But I feel like you're just kind of trying to manage everything, okay? You're just trying to manage everything this week. And that is, you know, that's kind of like what you're doing in your love life, you know, managing and then like thinking about going out, that kind of thing. All right. So we've got the bear. This is talking about like how you have a lot of power. Okay. You have a lot of power over this person, but for some reason that power leads to that person feeling a little burdened. It's like they feel like you're really, really counting on them a lot, and they don't know if they can step up and be that person yet. They don't know if they're whatever, I'd say good enough, you know, whatever. It's like they feel like they're lacking in some way. So what I would suggest in this particular situation to help this energy heal a little bit is to point out what they do that is positive, okay? How they're a positive force in your life, how they're already doing what they need to in order to help you be happy, okay? So your Your block is perseverance. This is counseling a little less action this week, okay? I understand there's this like kind of wanting to go out or maybe wanting to travel even, you know, over here, and I want to acknowledge that. But I also feel like this card is telling you, you know, you've been working too hard at this situation. Try to kind of back off a little bit, not back off from the person. I'm not saying you're, you know, I'm not saying that you're being clingy or anything like that. Please don't take it that way. It's more like back off from all the work. You know, you're working yourself too much. You know, that kind of thing. Let the other person take the lead, because they will. They want to. Okay, but when you've got, I mean, come on, like when you've when you've got somebody looking over your shoulder and you're trying to work, it can be kind of difficult. And that's kind of the feeling I get right here with the bear and the cross. The cross stands for a burden, and makes sense, you know, with the rest of the cards. So loneliness. You guys, loneliness is, you know, the way that I'm interpreting this is that you might actually need to take some time for yourself, especially if perseverance is a block. You know, a strength would be, you know what, I'm going to work on myself this week. I'm going to really turn that energy inwards, because the more you do that, the more attractive you are to your person, okay? Keep that in mind. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it feels like it's a pretty normal week in that there's not anything major positive going on and there's not anything major negative going on. But that's okay, you know. It just looks like it's going to be about normal, okay? Alrighty. Hi, pile number 5. Those of you who picked the purple fluorite heart, here is your reading. Okay, oh boy, you've got the sun and the anchor. You've got strength. You've got the 10 of pentacles. And you have the lovers. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited for you guys. I'm going to put these in the order they appear, because the lovers is 6 and strength is 8. Oh my goodness. That's great. So we're going to be looking at blocks and strengths this week. So your blocks right now is purpose. We have, I know what I'm here to do. That's a weird block to have, but I actually have an explanation for that. And your strength this week is going to be success. I know there's no greater goal than to love. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually I want to start here. The sun in the Lenormand happens to be the same as the sun in the tarot, only it's just a little bit more simple. It means you're going to have some really great luck. You're going to be happy this week, okay? You're going to have a really great week when it comes to love, okay? You've got this anchor right here. Like, you're feeling settled. Like, you're feeling secure and safe, okay? Sometimes the anchor can mention, like, a standstill and everything, but that doesn't make sense when you look at the other cards. This anchor, I feel, is more of a security for you. It's like, you know you're safe, you know you're not drifting, you know you're going the right, you know you don't have to go anywhere, you're right where you need to be, you know? And so I feel like this is extremely positive in the Lenormand. Obviously, the Lovers is a great card to get. This is, I'm talking about a lot of, I mean, this isn't just, I mean, this is about romantic love. So we're not just talking about of the heart and of the mind, but we're also talking with the body as well. So there is going to be a lot of romantic love for you this week. And, you know, if the person that you're thinking about and you're wondering how they feel about you, they care about you. They do return those feelings, okay? You also will probably talk to them this week. For those of you who haven't been talking regularly, because we have the strength card, and the strength card for me is about coming to an understanding, and communicating, right? Because the woman's communicating with the beast here, and you know, and it's like the two of you are going to reach some kind of agreement, okay? Another thing here is like you're going to be feeling good this week. So you're going to be feeling like, when I think about like the feeling that I'm getting from this reading, and I see the strength card, I'm like, yeah, it's like, you know, and it's such a funny thing. I mean, I'm going to sound really dumb saying this, but I'm 38, and every so often my back gives me some problems due to I think it's because of repetitious things that I do. It's like my shoulder area. Every so often I need to get a steroid shot, right? it helps loosen it up and everything, and I don't really like taking pain medicine. So when I think about strength, I think about the way that I feel when I've had a steroid shot and it feels like I'm young again, like I'm in my teens again, right? That's the way that I feel you're going to be feeling this week. Like you're really, like you're younger, like you're more vital somehow, okay? So that's another thing that kind of ties in there. And you're going to be feeling a lot of abundance in this relationship, okay? I do have to mention that the Ten of Pentacles does talk about making money, being very successful there. But I do want to say that it doesn't always have to be about money. It can also be just about abundance. Like you have a whole lot of something. And given that you've got the Lovers and Strength and the Sun and the Anchor, having a whole lot of that is exactly what basically I'd want, that's for sure. So, I know what I'm here to do. Purpose. Now, it's one thing to know what your life purpose is. Absolutely. And once you figure that out and you go for it and things start, lining up and all of that good stuff, that's great. However, sometimes we can kind of get ahead of ourselves, and kind of get overly excited about it. So it's like, how about take a pause this week and just kind of reevaluate, what is my purpose right now? If you already kind of have that feeling, like, right? And try to figure out how to take some steps, okay? Instead of just taking a gigantic leap towards it, all right? And I mean, it's all about pacing. You don't have to take my advice. It's coming up as a block. So that's how I'm reading it. For those of you who don't know your purpose, that would be why it's a block, right now, especially with this energy, being around somebody who you're in love with, who, returns those feelings, being around somebody who supports you and knows you and is able to, give you that kind of feeling is very powerful in helping you become more aware of who you are and what you're here to do, okay? So use this to help find your purpose, okay? And success. Here's your strength. Your strength is that you are going to be very successful this week. Like if you set out to do something, you're going to do it. I'm not telling you guys to go buy lottery tickets or anything like that. I'm just saying that within reason, what you're setting out to do is going to be pretty, it's going to be on the mark. I see you guys having a great week. I don't see any negative things here, none at all. I think it's going to be an amazing week. And yeah, I mean, I want to say more, but I can't. I mean, this is perfect. It's great. You're going to be fine. Alrighty. Hi there, pile number 6. Those of you who picked the Bloodstone heart. Oh my goodness. You get the heart, the love card. Oh, and then you get the storks as well. They mate for life, okay? So this can sometimes mean like a commitment, okay? So I just want to mention that. Let's look at all these other ones before we decide to make our... We've got the 9 of Cups. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have for your block is worry, and for your strength, we've got pride, okay? So let's go ahead and start right here because that's where I want to start. Okay, so it looks like, first off, you're going to be finding that your person's going to be mirroring you a lot this week, okay? If you have a person, they're going to be mirroring you. So like if you take a step forward, they'll take a step forward. If you take a step back, they'll take a step back. Keep that in mind. Also understand that your person... your person does have feelings for you. This person that you're thinking about, okay? For those of you who don't have a person and are single watching this, you'll probably meet somebody new, okay? For those of you with partners, there's probably going to be some kind of new commitment. Some of you guys might be moving. These birds migrate. But I feel like it's something having to do with a commitment. Either way, it's moving forward, okay? It could be a literal move too. Right? Wheel of Fortune, your luck's up, things are looking good. We have emotional fulfillment here, okay? So you're going to be feeling like your emotional needs are being met, which is good. However, we have your person over here getting a little defensive. This is, for some of you guys, this is due to sexual tension, okay? For most of you guys, this is just everyday frustration, you know. They feel like they're not doing a good enough job in this relationship. That's it. They have a guilty conscience. It's not that they've done anything wrong. They just feel like they're not doing enough. So you'll find that if you're even a little bit critical, you know, or if you say, oh, why'd you do that? You know, and you just want to know, and it's like not meant to be critical. They might be like, what do you mean? Why'd I do that? You know, it's like they're really defensive. Okay. That's it. Know that. Try to be a little sensitive to that, you know, if you want. And just know that energy might be around a little bit this week. I'm being told that for some of you guys it's going to be on your end, but I feel like for most of you it's going to be on your other person. Okay, worry is your block. You know, you can sit there and worry all you want, but you know that doesn't change anything, right? If you want to take control of a situation, you've got to strategize and plan and figure out, well, how am I going to make this work? You know, another way of putting this is try not to focus so much on the negatives. Try to focus more on the positives. It's because you really are in a very good place, okay? And with your strength, you've got pride. You're feeling very confident this week. You know, in general, you know, outwardly at least, you're feeling very confident. You're feeling like you've got it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes when I paint my nails a new color, I just feel like I'm just on. You know. But you know, maybe you got a haircut. Maybe you just feel really good about yourself right now. Maybe you've been practicing a lot of self-love, and that's been, you know, coming through. Whatever it is that you're feeling confident about, do more of that, because that is a strength for you, okay? And it's a strength for this relationship as well. All right, guys? Good things. Okay, thank you guys so much for staying till the end of my video. As always, I would just want to thank you guys for watching. I am so excited about how quickly my channel's growing, and I couldn't do that without you guys, obviously. So again, thank you so much. I love, you know, that when my videos go up, they start getting likes, they get comments almost immediately. It's great. I read all the comments. I can't respond to all of them though, unfortunately. I just appreciate each and every one of you, and I just wanted to say how much I mean, just how happy I am that we've got this thing going on, you know, because I love doing it. That said, I'll see you next week.